I was already late. The airport lights felt too bright. My phone wouldn't stop vibrating. Emails, messages, reminders. I remember thinking that I hadn't taken a full breath all morning. Then I saw her. She was sitting on the cold pavement just outside the terminal entrance. A young woman. Her back pressed against a concrete pillar. In her arms was a baby. The baby wasn't crying. That's what stopped me. Babies usually cry. When they're hungry. When they're cold. When they're tired. But this baby was silent. Too still. I slowed down without realizing it. I could have kept walking. Most people did. But something in my chest tightened, and I stopped. Before we continue, if you enjoy quiet, emotional stories about real human moments, family, and unexpected kindness, you can subscribe. These stories are meant to be listened to slowly. My name is Altha Vance. I'm 55 years old. Most people know me as a businesswoman, a CEO, a woman who made it. They don't know what it cost. I grew up in a house where work was worshipped. My father built our company from a small warehouse and a borrowed truck. He worked every day, every holiday, every birthday. When he died suddenly, I was 25. I was still learning who I was. Suddenly, everyone was looking at me like I had answers. The board, the employees, my mother. I stepped in because someone had to. And once you step in, it's hard to step out. Years passed. Promotions, expansion, success. But every year, my personal life got quieter. My mother's name is Beatrice. She's strong, sharp, proud, and lonely. She wanted grandchildren, a family table filled with noise. Instead, she got board meetings and late-night calls. We lived together, but we rarely talked. When we did, it turned into criticism. She said I worked too much. I said she didn't understand responsibility. She said I was afraid of love. I said she pushed love away from me. We were circling the same pain, just from opposite sides. There were men once. Julian was gentle. He wanted a small life. My mother said he lacked ambition. Marcus was passionate, unpredictable. My mother said he would ruin me. I listened, not because I agreed, but because I was tired. Every breakup felt like another door closing. Eventually, I stopped opening them. The argument happened late, past midnight. I had just finished a call with investors. My mother was waiting in the kitchen. She didn't raise her voice. That somehow made it worse. She said, "You don't live. You endure." Something in me snapped. I told her she controlled my life, that she took my choices and called it love. She said she was protecting me. I said protection felt like prison. Silence filled the room. Then she said it. "You sacrificed your life for a business you never wanted." I felt exposed, angry, small. I walked away. I didn't say goodnight. Morning came too fast. Her room was empty, her bed untouched, her shoes gone, her phone left behind. At first I thought she went for a walk. Then minutes passed. Then an hour. Then panic. I called her name down the hallway. No answer. My hands were shaking when I dialed the police. They asked questions calmly. Too calmly. I felt like I was screaming inside glass. Friends helped search. Hospitals, shelters, bus stations. Nothing. The police said adults disappear sometimes. I hired a private investigator. His name was Silas Grange. He was quiet, methodical. He said, "We'll find her." But days passed. Then weeks. And I had a flight to catch. Back to the airport. Back to rushing. Back to ignoring the ache in my chest. That's when I saw her, Sienna. She was thin, tired, holding a baby named Leo. Her eyes met mine. And I saw something familiar. The same exhaustion my mother carried. I asked her name. She hesitated. Then told me. I asked where she was going. She said nowhere. That word broke something open in me. I had a lake house. Empty most of the year. A place I rarely visited. I pulled my keys from my purse. Her eyes widened. I told her where it was. Told her to stay warm, safe. She started crying. I walked away before I could change my mind. If you're still listening, thank you. Sometimes the smallest decisions become the turning points of our lives. The business trip swallowed me whole. 3 months. Negotiations. Pressure. Sleep lost in hotel rooms. Silas called. No news. Every call felt heavier. I wondered if my mother was cold, hungry, afraid. The deal succeeded. People congratulated me. I felt empty. Instead of going home, I drove to the lake. Lights were on. That confused me. I unlocked the door and stepped inside. Sienna stood there, smiling nervously. Then I saw her, my mother, sitting by the window, alive, peaceful. But when she looked at me, she didn't know who I was. My mother looked at me politely, the way you look at a stranger who's entered your space by mistake. Her eyes weren't empty. They were calm, too calm. I said her name, Mom. She tilted her head slightly, as if testing the sound. Sienna's hands tightened around Leo. She spoke quietly. She doesn't remember much. Some days are better than others. The room felt suddenly smaller. I walked closer. Slow, careful, like approaching a wounded animal. Beatrice, I said softly. She smiled. A gentle, unfamiliar smile. That's my name, she said. But I don't think we've met. I don't remember sitting down. But suddenly I was. The air felt thick. Sienna made tea. Her movements were practiced, caring. She told me everything. A few days after I left, she found my mother wandering near the lake road, confused, disoriented. She had collapsed shortly after. The hospital said it was likely a mild stroke, memory loss, short-term confusion. No ID, no phone. Sienna stayed, because she knew what it felt like to have no one. Sienna didn't talk fast. She chose her words like they mattered. She had run from an abusive relationship, left in the middle of the night, with nothing but Leo. Shelters were full. Doors were closed. People looked through her. She said the lake house felt like a miracle. I realized something then. The keys weren't the gift. Trust was. My mother watched us talk, sometimes smiling, sometimes distant. She reached for my hand suddenly. Her grip was weak, but intentional. You seem sad, she said. I am, I answered. She nodded. As if that made sense, I wanted her to remember yelling at me, fighting, but instead, she was kind. I didn't know which hurt more. I brought them all back with me. The city felt different, less sharp. My home felt too quiet for what it was about to hold. I hired a doctor, therapists, memory specialists. Beatrice had good days, bad days. Some days she almost knew me. Some days she didn't. But she laughed more. That mattered. Sienna moved into the guest room. Leo learned to crawl on my hardwood floors. I learned how to cook again. Simple things. Soup, bread. Meals became rituals. We ate together. Every night. The house remembered how to breathe. If this story is resonating with you, you're not alone. Life doesn't always heal loudly. Sometimes it heals quietly. One evening, my mother asked me something unexpected. Do you have children? I swallowed. No. She squeezed my hand. That's okay, she said. You're still whole. I cried in the bathroom for a long time. Then I realized something. I didn't need her memory to forgive. I just needed her presence. I offered Sienna a job. She cried. I offered her stability. She accepted, not out of desperation, but hope. She became family, not by blood, by choice. I stopped working past midnight. I learned how to sit still. I learned that love doesn't arrive on schedule. It arrives when you stop running. It happened on a Tuesday. Nothing special about it. Rain tapped gently against the windows. My mother sat by the fireplace, holding Leo while he slept against her chest. She hummed, a tune I hadn't heard in years. I froze, because I knew that song. She used to hum it when I was a child, when I couldn't sleep, when thunderstorms scared me. I whispered, Mom, where did you learn that song? She paused. Her brow tightened, like she was reaching into fog. My daughter, she said slowly. She loved it. My breath caught. I didn't speak, didn't move, didn't want to break the moment. She looked up at me, really looked. Her eyes lingered longer than usual, and for just a second, I thought she knew. Then it passed, but that second, it changed everything. The doctor said memory can be cruel like that. It gives glimpses, not guarantees. I stopped chasing the version of my mother I lost, and started loving the one in front of me. She laughed more now. She gardened. She baked bread with Sienna. She adored Leo, and somehow, that felt like enough. Months later, We returned to the lake house, together. The same porch, the same water. Different people. Sienna stood quietly, holding Leo. My mother walked slowly, touching the walls. "This place feels safe," she said. I smiled. "It is." That night, we sat by the lake. No phones, no urgency, just silence. The good kind. Later that evening, my mother sat beside me. The fire crackled. She stared into it for a long time. Then she said, "I think I was hard on my daughter." My heart stopped. "She tried so hard," she continued. "I don't think I told her enough." Tears blurred my vision. "I think she turned out strong," I said. She nodded. "I hope she forgives me." I didn't answer, because forgiveness was already there. People think kindness changes others, but that's not always true. Sometimes it changes you. Giving Sienna my keys wasn't heroic. It was human. And humanity has a way of circling back. We weren't perfect. We were stitched together by loss, by regret, by second chances. But every morning, the house filled with sound, footsteps, laughter, life. And that was more than success ever gave me. If you've ever felt like you waited too long, loved too late, or lost something you thought was gone forever, stay. Healing doesn't always come the way we expect. Sometimes it comes quietly, through a door you opened without knowing why.